Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be covering some updates with the Divine Beast mods. So we have got 4 mods to go through and I'm just going to get straight into this. Also, if you are new here, make sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment down below if you have any thoughts on this video, and also the link to my new Discord will also be in the description. Anyway, yes, let's get on with the video. And here we are with Inostrania. I don't know if that's how you say it. And this thing got a small little change, not quite a TLC, which a lot of people want, but DB has done something pretty cool with this thing. It released today, this little update, and it's just new animations. So let's have a look at the new animations it got, which is a new sit animation. Oh, look at that! That looks so cool. Crosses its arms, its tongue moves. Dude, they put a lot of detail into this. I love it. Like, I didn't see that on my first time seeing it with the tongue and stuff. And it looks around. Dude, it actually looks around. I did not see that on the first time. Anyway, and we also have a new sleep. So it does a little yawn, rolls over. Look at that. That's awesome. I don't know about you guys, but this is better than what it did before. And I quite like this. It's got little leg twitches. Oh, it's so cool. DB's done a really, really nice job. And the getting up animation's pretty smooth as well. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, they made Inno so much cooler just with that little new animation. It's nice. Unfortunately, that is the only thing that got changed. However, since it did get new sit and sleep animations, maybe we are in store for maybe a bit more than what we have here. Maybe Inno will get a TLC in the future. Who knows? Anyway, on to the next mod. We are with DB's Acroanthosaurus. So, Acro and Karch both got the same changes, and it was more of like a quality of life and also a bit of a fairness thing. So let me tell you a little bit of a story. So Acro and Karch have been famously known to be able to get into spaces smaller than what they should be able to, like small caves you could kind of squeeze in as an Acro and Karch. And unfortunately, this has, it's caused a bit of death, which it shouldn't have. Like, for instance, a Mape ran into this cave right here, and I followed it as my Acro and got inside of the cave and killed it. Now, I don't know about you, but Acro shouldn't be able to fit in this cave. However, DB has changed it. So, what used to happen is you can see that I can no longer get in this cave. What happened is the collision with the model, when it came to the world and objects, wasn't actually right. So this is nothing to do with like combat or anything. This is just purely collision with the map. It wasn't right. It was a bit too small, I think, which meant Acro could squeeze into there, and like half of its body would just clip through the rock. I will say this again, it has nothing to do with combat or fighting. This is strictly just quality of life, and also it's only to do with collisions with the map. But this is the same for Karch, because Karch also used to get in some tight spots, and it no longer can. So Karch and Acro, you cannot squeeze into little holes made for small dinos, which I don't even know how Mape got in there, to be honest. But to be honest, I think it crouched. And my Acro, I'm pretty sure I just walked in there. And yeah, he was an unhappy fellow. But anyway, yes, Acro and Karch, Acroanthosaurus, DB's Karch. I will just make that very known that I'm talking about that mod and the one I'm playing right now. Both have it. And finally, here we are with the last mod, the MOSASAURUS. So, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with it, but over the past 4 months or so, DB has been releasing small little quality of life changes, new animations and stuff like that. And this is the first time we have got a brand new ability and new animations. So, to start off with, I will show you the new sitting and sleeping animations, then the new ability, and go through how it works, because yeah, some people might get it wrong on the first time, but, you should be used to that with DB mods. They have some very quirky but cool abilities. Anyway, starting off with Moses' new sit and sleep. Here is the new sit animation. Get rid of the hood. Look at that! I love it! That looks so good, and here's the new sleep animation. kind of rolls over on its side. Oh, look at that! That looks so good. I don't know what made them decide to do this, but it looks so nice. I love it. And then here's the waking up. Lovely. And then you just start moving. There we go. It took its time. And there we go. MOSASAURUS' new water sit and sleep. Now, I did just say water sit and sleep because if we open up the character menu and go into passives, we've got Nictated Membrane. That's the same. King of the Ocean. That's the same. Basking. This is the new ability for MOSASAURUS. So, what basking does is grants the MOSASAURUS the ability to sleep and bask on land. So you can go on land now and sleep, earning the amphibious tag. So any ability that affects amphibious stuff will now affect MOSASAURUS. Good example, DB Giganotosaurus's flesh graze. That will now affect MOSASAURUS. Soak up the sun for 60 seconds while basking to receive powerful stamina and attack boost lasting 120 seconds. So I don't know exactly how much the buff is. I'm pretty sure it's like maybe 10, 15, maybe 20%. It's not insane, but it's definitely worth doing. Because it's a 2-minute buff, and all you gotta do is lay on land for 60 seconds. So if we go on land here, just squeeze onto the land, there we are. And let's have a look at it. So, get rid of the hood, and here is the new land sitting and sleeping animation. Here's the sit. Oh, it's basking. And then the sleep. Look at it, it curls up. Dude, you can't even say that's not a smooth animation. Whether it makes sense or not, doesn't matter. That is such a smooth animation. Coming out of it as well. Oh, they have cooked with Mosa. And as you can see, when I don't sleep, I just sit, I get a little effect that takes a minute countdown. And this is the basking effect. So when this stacks up, I'm going to let it stack for the 60 seconds. It should give me a status effect for 120 seconds or 2 minutes, which will boost my stamina and attack. So it will make me able to swim for longer and hit harder. So MOSASAURUS, it might... I think you can call this a buff, right? You can call this a buff. However, they have balanced it because you do need to sit on land for a whole minute, which drains your thirst. You can easily be ambushed, and you know, I kind of like that they've made it so you have to bask on land rather than just like sitting in the water. It's quite unique, especially since I'm pretty sure MOSASAURUS is just a giant monitor lizard anyway, but aquatic. And there you go. So I have got an effect for 2 minutes with that little icon. By the way, the art for that icon, beautiful. And it doesn't go away in the water, so if I go in the water, I still keep it, and it's just there for 2 minutes. And I'm pretty sure there's no cooldown, so as soon as this 2 minutes is up, I can go back on land, sit for a minute, and get it back. I will mention that if you have basking equipped, you cannot sit or sleep in the water, so I currently cannot sit or sleep. So what you must do is put the basking on, go on land, take basking off whilst you're asleep on land. I'll just show that off real quick. So you'd go on land like this. I have the sleeping for abilities turned off, but you would go on land, get your minute basking like that, sleep, take it off, and then go back into the water. And because I took it off, it gave me the water animations, which, you know, looks a bit goofy. But I don't think there's anything they can do about that. And obviously, if you're in a home cave, it's going to be a little bit more annoying. It'll be a lot harder to do. But yeah, there is also one more thing with Mosa. And some of you guys might remember that when you went over ledges or stuff, it really bugged out the model. Now, I don't know why they did that. I think they were testing something. But as you can see, that is no longer the case. So I no longer just, you know, bug out and stretch my spine. It performs as normal dinosaurs normally would, where they just fall off the ledge. Or they stay on the ledge. That's it. There's no, like, weird jittering and body movement. But anyway, that is all I have to cover for the Divine Beasts mods, because they have updated a few. So, if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to like and you know, subscribe, leave a comment if you feel like it. Also, please, actually, no, do comment because I want to know your guys' opinions on all of this stuff, especially the Mosa and Inno. And yes, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.